Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Will. Welcome to the second edition of Sports Urban Legend TV. So, I'm glad to have you here. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe, like it, comment, share it, and also, most importantly, if you haven't done this before, click on the subscribe button and also click on the bell so you can be notified for future episodes. So, thank you in advance for tuning in. Basically, yesterday I spoke about the current state of the Knicks, and now I'm going to talk about the current state of my other beloved team, that is the New York Mets, as you can see right here. And, basically the state of the Mets, what can I tell you? It's not looking good right now. They start off with a franchise best 11-1 record. They looked like they were riding high. Everything looked like they were doing good. Mets looked like they were going to be the next team since the 1955 Brooklyn Dodger team to start off 11-1 and end up winning the World Series. So they were really looking good. And naturally, as I, spoke about it on, my podcast show, Sports Urban Legend on Black Talk Radio, I knew that, they were going to fall back to earth. But never in my wildest dreams did I think the offense and the pitching, aside from, Syndergaard and Jacob deGrom, that when they were going to fall, when the reality would have set in and they would have fell back to earth, that they would have the whole offense would have fell straight to hell. I mean, it's been brutal to say the least. And what really exacerbated it is basically them losing 2 out of 3 to the lowly Cincinnati Reds. What can you say? Vargas has been terrible, in his 3 starts with the Mets so far since he's returned, signing, a free agent deal, 2-year, $60 million contract. He's been brutal. I mean, that's the only polite way I could say it. He's been absolutely horrible, and it pretty much shows why I didn't want the Mets to sign him in the first place. So, they could have re-signed Bartolo Colon. I know he's like 107 years old right now, but this guy's been pitching well. I mean, he's 1-1 with an ERA a little over 3. So Mets should have signed him. They should have signed Lance Lynn, who won a championship with the Cardinals a few years ago. I mean, they could have went that route. They weren't going to go after Arrieta because, they didn't want to spend that much money, to improve the team in the offseason. So he signs with the Phillies, and now the Phillies are doing good. I mean, the Phillies are doing a complete 180, with their rookie manager, Gabe Kapler. They start off horrible, and they can't stop losing. And very similar to the other team in New York, the New York Yankees. They start off floundering, around 500. Stanton wasn't doing well, but now they can't lose. I mean, they won 17 of the last 18 games. So Mets gotta really turn it around. And as a result of the Mets not doing well, and obviously his ineffectiveness, Matt Harvey, the man formerly known as the Dark Knight, the guy who looked like he was the second coming of Tom Seaver or Doc Gooden, in a Met uniform, in 2013 and 2015. After he had the Tommy John surgery in 2014 and the thoracic outlet surgery following his spectacular 2015 season, where his last memorable Met moment was pitching Game 5, striking out at least 11 or 12 batters that game, and it looked like a Met classic game. But in the 9th inning, after he was arguing with Terry Collins to stay into the game, he clearly lost his control and basically they brought in Familia, who was phenomenal up until that point, until he got to the World Series, and he blew his third save, which as of right now is a MLB record in the World Series. So, ever since that game, thanks to the thoracic outlet surgery, he's been trying to bounce back, especially last year, and he wasn't the same pitcher. And in the spring training, there was hope sprang eternal that maybe with a new manager and Mickey Callaway and a new pitching coach and Dave Island, that maybe they could unlock the fountain of youth inside Matt Harvey's pitching arm, but sadly that's not the case. So unfortunately, Matt Harvey had to get traded. We all knew it was bound to happen. That Matt Harvey, this would have been his last year as a Met. For years I've been saying he's gonna sign with the Yankees, so that could be a possibility next year. But as of right now, he's gonna try to resuscitate his career. Because last night he got traded to the aforementioned Cincinnati Reds. So, in exchange, the Mets they got Devin Mesoraco. I forgot how you pronounce his name. But the Mets were in a dire need of a catcher since Travis d'Arnaud and Kevin Plawecki was hurt. So, Devin Mesoraco could, hopefully in the short term, help the Mets in the catching department until Plawecki can get back healthy. So we'll see what happens. It's a sad thing to see Harvey, a guy who had so much promise with the Mets, but injuries and some off the field stuff, basically led to the trade happening. So, I wish Matt Harvey the best in Cincinnati, and we'll keep an eye on it, an eye out for him. And the Reds are gonna be facing the Mets very soon, so mark it down. Matt Harvey's gonna have a bounce back game, and unfortunately, it could be a no hitter or a perfect game. So at least for one night only. Matt Harvey, I assume he's going to have a throwback game, so we'll see what happens. So, with anything, let me know what you think about Matt Harvey and the state of the Mets, or anything that's on your mind. Feel free to leave a comment, and if you like this video, give it a like, share it, and also subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell icon so you could be notified for future episodes. So with that, I'm Will. I'll see you guys next time on the next episode of Sports Urban Legend, the second episode. And keep your eye open for Avengers Infinity Wars review. So that most likely is going to be a spoiler, so you've been warned. So with that, I'm William Rameau, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Have a wonderful and blessed day.